Espacinians! Welcome back in our subject, Oral Communication. Today, we will study the lesson for Speech Style. At the end of the lesson, students are expected to distinguish different speech styles used in different situations, identify the proper ways to engage on a conversation of different speech styles, and engage on conversation demonstrating different speech styles. But before we define what is the meaning of speech style, let us answer the question, how do you communicate with your friends? With your teachers? With your spouse? Or with the President of the Philippines? We are often involved to different communication in our daily lives. There are instances that you will be required to interact with the teacher or the principal, a natural swaying of conversation with your classmates, or checking in with your loved ones. We get to engage with these different situations in communication, and we are subconsciously aware on how you properly interact with these situations. But we don't only simply communicate, rather there are styles in delivering a speech, and that is what he called the speech style. Speech style pertains to the formality level of communication that greatly depends on relationship with a person, the setting where it happens, and the topic being talked about. A speech style varies on the language used by the interactants, either formal or informal language. Also, it is determined through the demographic profile of the person you are talking to. There are 5 types of speech styles: frozen speech, formal speech, consultative speech, casual speech, and intimate speech. The first type of speech style is frozen speech, also known as fixed speech. The language used is fixed and relatively static, but rarely changes. It is the highest form of communicative style, which is often used in respectful situations or formal settings. It uses the complex grammatical sentence structure and vocabulary that are only known by experts in that field. Some examples of frozen speech are preamble and Apostles' Creed. The second style of speech style is formal speech. It is the extended one-way communication where there is a least amount of feedback or none at all. The language is used also quite complex and grammatical, as it is often used on formal occasions. It is also disallows the use of ellipsis, contraction, and qualifying modal adverbials. Some example of formal speech are graduation speech and the president's sauna. The third type of speech style is consultative speech, or the third level of language. This is known as professional discourse. It is spontaneous interaction that observes semi-formal conduct, and it is the most operational among all other styles. It is basically unplanned speech since the speaker uses the participation and feedback of the listener. The speaker will supply background information while again the listener participates continuously. Some examples of consultative speech are a guidance counselor giving advice to a client and a human resource personnel interviewing an applicant. The fourth type of speech style is casual speech, also known as informal speech. It is used among friends, peers, and acquaintances in informal setting that allow the use of informal language. In casual speech, one must be a close member to engage to this register, or it could be addressed to a stranger if the speaker wants to treat him as an insider. An example of casual speech is a casual conversation with friends. And the fifth type of speech style is intimate speech. It is a private conversation exclusive for the people who are in alliances. The interactants use term of endearments, slangs, personal codes, and expression whose meaning is only understood by the certain small subset of the people. Some examples of intimate speech are a very close friend sharing secrets and a husband and wife talking about their future plans. And there you go, Espesinians. That is the end of our lesson 4. Thank you for watching and see you all on our next video presentation for our lesson 5.